Good morning or afternoon. In this video today, I'm going to ask the question, and it's a seasonal one. Did the Victorians anticipate the monster rock of people like Screaming Lord Sutch in the 1960s and the morbid depths and horrors of heavy metal and Gothic rock music? Now, an awful lot of Victorian parlour music really is rather morbid. It's all about dead children. Obviously, this was an age of huge infant mortality and death, and especially the death of children, was constantly there. And the Victorians had some very odd ways of commemorating the dead, which would surprise, shock, perhaps even horrify us today. I mean, one of the things they did is they took photographs of dead babies, to commemorate them and put them up alongside the photographs of their living children. And they also, or some of them, I think this must have been the rich and the middle class, took casts of their faces and the death masks and hung them up on their houses. So yes, it could be quite a morbid time, and some of this got into the musical songs, the popular songs of their day, and there were some of these were about notorious murders, because there was a particular fascination with them. I think one song was about some poor young woman being murdered and falling into the Thames, which was pretty foul then. And yes, and it made much of this. Murders sold newspapers. There was the Newgate Calendar, which I think was about notorious criminals being executed, and it was even in the literature for ladies, like the Ladies newspaper sent one of its journalists over to France, where there had been a notorious murder, and they were there in the bedroom where the dirty deed was done to sketch the blood stains. So, Fairground Time produces a very morbid attitude, a cast of mind. Now, and some of the musical acts, certainly it seems to me, anticipate Goth and heavy metal, not only in the lyrics but also in the performance of the songs. And one of these is mentioned by Thatckeray in his Pendennis book, which is set in the 1820s and 30s. Now, I found out about this through this book, Baldy Songs of the Music Hall, selected and introduced by George Speight. Now, this is a collection of very bawdy musical songs that managed to escape later Victorian censorship and were printed in little booklets in about the 1850s. This book has the tunes and the lyrics for them, and I'm not going to sing them because, despite everything we perceive about the Victorians of them as being very straight-laced, very genteel, this is just pure smut, and it's on the same level as the Sex Pistols singing on the good ship Venus. They're pretty low, and I don't want to sing any. I'm not going to sing any of them because I don't want to be taken off YouTube. But what is interesting and seasonal is when he quotes Thatckeray on a particular act in the back kitchen. He says that the landlord of the back kitchen, who was noted for his jolly appearance and fine voice, generally took the chair that was reserved for the president on the night's entertainment. ... He used to sing profusely in the course of the harmonic meeting, and his songs were of what may be called the British brandy and water school of song, such as The Good Old English Gentleman, Dear Tom, This Brown Jug, and so forth. Songs in which pathos and hospitality are blended, and the praises of good liquor and the social affections are chanted in a baritone voice. The charms of our women, the heroic deeds of our naval and military commanders are often sung in the ballads of this school. The music to accompany the singers or the intervals of the songs were provided by a battered piano played upon a musician lately from the orchestra of a provincial theatre. The singers tended to sit at a special singers' table. Some of them were regular patrons of the house, like Captain Costigan. Others might be noted vocalists who made the rounds of these rooms and places, like Vauxhall Gardens. Such a one was the bass, described by Thatckeray, who gave an impressive rendering of a song called The Body Snatcher. Now, I don't know if this song has survived. It doesn't seem like it, but here's the performance. Because the singer was revealed on the drawing of the curtain, quotes, in the character of the snatcher, sitting on a coffin with a flask of gin before him, with a spade and a candle stuck in a skull. The song was sung with a really admirable, terrific humour. The singer's voice went down so low that its grumbles rumbled into the hearer's awe-stricken soul, and in the chorus he clapped with his spade and gave a demonic ha-ha, which caused the very glasses to quiver on the table, as with terror. Now that sounds to me very, very much like a precursor of Alice Cooper. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this other little contribution for Halloween, and thanks very much for listening. Goodbye.